heard rumors that our main client, a major European car hire company, is investigating an alternative supplier. As you know, staff and operating costs here are much more competitive and appealing compared to our company. And meanwhile, our company faces up to a lot of problems. So it's essential that we deal with the internal problems of the company now and come up with a strategy to persuade our main client not to change the supplier. Okay, so you all seen the agenda. The first question is associated with absenteeism rates. Do you have any ideas to manage or reduce the absenteeism rate?
To be honest, absenteeism is a tricky problem to deal with. You cannot set individual parameters because some actions are legitimate while others are just exclusive.
As we discussed this in our last meeting, we have already had a clear absenteeism management policy. So in terms of employee, they are expected to notify the supervisor as soon as they take a leave, so that the supervisor can ask others to take responsibilities for the task.
Yes, I agree. What about the supervisor?
Along with employee, the supervisor, I think the most effective way for supervisor is that they should talk directly to the staff to encourage them back to the work. If the employee just appear to be suffering from a minor ailment. Moreover, the supervisor should figure out other reasons related to working conditions and find solutions to improve them.
Ling, I approve of your resolutions with regards to employees and supervisors on absenteeism rates. What we need to focus on now is staff attrition rates. Do you have any ideas to reduce such high rate in our company?
I believe that hiring the right people from the start is the best single way to reduce employee attrition. As we know, interview and vet candidate carefully is very important. So not just to ensure they have the right skills, but also to check whether they can fit well with the company cultures, managers, and co-workers.
But even if we hire the most suitable people from the beginning, the situation still can change during their working time. So in my opinion, it's more important to increase the current employees' engagement. Employees need social interaction and a rewarding working environment. They need respect and recognition from the managers and also the challenging position with room to learn and move up.
That sounds good. Can you go into detail?
Yes, I think awards recognition and prize can be the most cost-effective way to maintain a happy and productive workforce. For example, a simple praise, emails of praise at the completion of a project or peer recognition programs are some ways to inject the positive feedback.
I know it's best if you go and have this in the next day or two. I know it isn't going to be easy. Now, I want to know the opinion of co-recovery and monitoring. The company should trust our employees and policy just listen. Okay, calm down for a moment. Ling, what do you think? I'm doing for the opinion. Monitoring for utilization and behavior of staff is essential for the reason of quality control. As long as the company checks carefully on privacy issues and make it clear to all the staff that all workplace telephone communication will be recorded, so the interception will be effectively used. That will be a community agreement on this question. Okay, so we come to the conclusion that monitoring employees should be applied carefully. And to comply with the law, the employer only needs to notify the staff that it has a policy of monitoring and co-recovery in the workplace. And then you can obtain the employee's recent acknowledgement of this policy. Now, let's move to another experience. the review of staff performance and bonus scheme. Well, review staff performance is significant because it will keep employees focused, fix problems and grab opportunities. So, if it were up to me, I will hold a face-to-face discussion with full review at the end of the meeting. Thanks to the idea, the employees can have an insight in their performance and then make them better. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. However, I'm afraid that it is not detailed enough.
Opinion, we should set a whole process to conduct performance review.
Can you explain it more?
Yes, I think firstly we should provide written performance review to the employee and ask them to rate themselves. And then we can conduct a meeting within 48 hours of the written reviews to give the managers comment on each member.
Yeah, I got your point.
That seems reasonable. By the way, I would like to discuss bonus scheme to motivate team members in this project.
From my experience, if employees receive 5% of the employee value, it will definitely feel a big client. Yeah, that seems feasible. I will take it into consideration. Now, our last concern is company's internal email policy. Firstly, I think we need to look at the community skills because this is company system that is business. However, we cannot stop them receiving different emails, so we can better so to use this give appropriate information. Yeah, let me see if I understand this correctly. Are you saying that we can emphasize the main concept of email is for the business, not for personal issues, so that they improve the employees' working performance? Is that right? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. They will involve when you receive email. About sending email, people have to use a strong network specific account and secure information in the email. And receiving email, I think we should set a response time for each email and also a policy on storing incoming email. I highly appreciate your point of view. So the company's internal email policy has been decided. As we discussed so far, I think the best way to talk our main client into not changing the supplier is to increase the productivity and customer service. Well, I strongly believe that if our strategy about community effect, then the company will thrive successfully. Okay, so I'll now get the ball rolling and send me the detailed plan next week. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.